All right, my most fun clients of 2015, Wayne and Melissa Sistrunk. We have mutual friends, Bill and Susie Farrington, who live now just right down the road.
Right.
And they called and said, we have good friends from Auburn. I want to tell them about you, and you better take care of them. So did y'all have a good time, looking and finding your spot on Lake Martin? Tell us about it. How'd you get here?
Well, we rode around a lot on our own, looking for houses, looking on the internet, looking at different sites, and we really looked at a few places, got nowhere, and then that's when we said, we've got to call someone. And so we went to see Bill, and Bill hooked us up with Paige, and it didn't take long for Paige to take us places. We'd zoom in one house, felt like we were on HGTV. We'd have to do this, we'd have to do that.
Yes.
And then just by chance, we rode down this street that I've always loved, and we saw this sign, and we drove up in the driveway, and Paige says, well, look at this view. And I said, the view, this is it. This is it. We found it. Hadn't even looked inside the house. And from then on, it was easy with Paige. She just handled everything. And Wayne, he dealt with the money stuff.
Yeah, Wayne, you were fun, Melissa. Now, Wayne, he was another story.
Well, we looked at several places, thinking what we really wanted, and nothing really turned out until we got with you to show us told you what we wanted, and I think the second place that we stopped to, as long as we could negotiate, we didn't need to look any further.
You found it, and you had that look. There's a look in your eye where it's like, oh, we're in trouble because we have found it.
When you looked as long as we did, when you find what you want. So.
Well, that's one thing about a waterfront home is y'all looked a lot by water.
Right.
And then we came along and we looked by road.
Right.
That one day.
Right.
When you look by water, you have a perception of what a price may be or what the house may look like. Did you pass by this house?
Yes, we did.
And
I had seen it on the internet, and it looked totally different when we drove up, than from what we'd seen on water and thing, because the pictures on the internet showed a lot of steps, like it was a really high hill. But when you got here, I like being off the water a little bit, not just right down at the water. Like today was foggy
Yes.
and moist, and I like being up, and the view. The view is better.
And this beautiful tree, it's almost like you're having you have a treetop bird nest view. But you're not new to having a second home. You have another home somewhere else, correct?
Right, in Tennessee, and it is on a lake. It's on Watts Bar, and it does have a mountain view, and that's what I was going to be missing because we were going to sell it and move closer to home. And when we drove up and we saw Smith Mountain with the fire tower, I said, oh, I've got my mountain. That's it.
That's right. Well, why were y'all selling, Wayne, in Tennessee?
Well, we've got grandchildren now, and everybody seems to feel that they live too far away. So to get us all together, we want to be a little closer back to them, and at the same time, we still have the mountain view and lake view, and I like the water, I like to fish, and that kind of thing. So one of the reasons was to get a little closer back home, so we can have more family time together.
And you got a super bonus with this house that a lot of houses don't have, your huge detached garage. What kind of big plans do you have for it?
Well, I can keep piddling, as I'm now retired. I can keep doing the things that I won't feel so bored if I get tired of fishing, get too hot. I can go play around in my man cave.
Can't beat that.
For lunch, we like to go to Home Plate. That's one of our favorite restaurants in Dadeville. We also like the little grocery store down there. It's Foodland.
Yes.
And it has a very good deli, like with their pimento cheese and dip. If you need a dip or some chips really fast, and they handle the Wickles pickles, of course, of Dadeville.
Awesome.
That we've already had someone from Atlanta put in a request
Uh-oh.
saying they need the Wickles pickles. And another thing we've been doing 2 or 3 times is on Wednesday night we'll have friends from Auburn come up here, not really to spend the night, but we'll go down and watch the sunset on the dock, and then we'll go to Niffers because that's their hamburger special night, $5.99 I think for a hamburger, huge hamburger and the side. So that's a fun thing to do. Just you'd think a small town like Dadeville wouldn't have so much to do. And and the Mexican restaurant, you know,
La
go if you like-
Posada.
yeah, it's really good. And besides that, we really haven't done much else. Well, you're familiar with the hardware store down there that used to.
Bill at Lake Martin Building Supplies, a friend of mine for years, used to be a customer 25 years ago. So
Well, the other one in Dadeville.
Floyd's Feed and Seeds
yeah, we know
downtown.
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
There's plenty of things to do and shop for here, from lawn and garden products to building supplies and everything else. It's all around. You won't be cut short. Another favorite part of us having this is that we have a screen-in porch downstairs, which is not lower on the lake. We can still stay down there and have a beautiful view, still continue to have the view of the lake.
Yes.
So it's one of the things that we liked over a lot of other places that we looked.
Well, I remember when you looked, you were really concerned about your small grandchildren too. So I think that would be a great place to.
Oh yeah,
Right.
screened in, they can enjoy it. We're looking forward to it.
And there are 3 bedrooms and then 2 den areas. And each bedroom has access to a bathroom, which is nice, which is a plus. And this house was just move-in ready. We didn't have to paint. We didn't have to do anything. It came furnished. All I did was change a few bedspreads and a few lawn chairs, and the yard was perfect for us. And
Well, that is really great for sellers to hear that are maybe getting ready to think about this for 2016, which is promising to be another strong market for waterfront property, especially here at Lake Martin.
Right.
So that's good to hear that the condition and the decluttering and being able to buy it furnished, that stuff really does matter.
right.
What are you doing this afternoon, Wayne?
And I have plenty of room for all my fishing gear. So we need to end this up so I can go fishing.